Hello, friends, and welcome back to another episode of The Daylight Show, the series where we take a break from Dead by Daylight and we talk about all things life in efforts to build a better life for ourselves. Now, today's topic is going to be gratitude. Gratitude is a very simple topic, yet a very effective topic that is underutilized and underpracticed by many people, even though most everybody knows the benefits of gratitude and everybody knows that they need to be more grateful. But honestly, even I'm guilty of it sometimes. Sometimes it's kind of just like, going about the motions. I'm going through my day-to-day routine. I'm taking care of business, and I'll take a step back and I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm a little grateful. I need to be grateful. I should be so grateful for this. But there's a huge difference in telling yourself, like, yeah, let me be grateful for this, versus actually sitting down and really thinking about the things you're grateful for. Now, why should you practice gratitude? Well, it's a very simple reason, guys. When you practice gratitude, you find more things in your life to be happy about. You find more things in your life to be joyful about. And a solid practice of gratitude, actually, it just makes you feel better about your current version of your life and everything that you're experiencing and going through. Because a lot of times, and this is not just us, it's not just you, it's not just me, we frequently take things for granted. Frequently, guys, like whenever something new or good comes into our lives, we enjoy it for a little bit, but that joy frequently fades. And when it fades, whatever we were happy about, be it a new car, a new job, graduating school, we're excited about it for maybe a few days, a week, a month. I think if you're excited for a whole month, you're lucky. A lot of times we celebrate, we feel joy. Like I'm thinking back to when I graduated college and graduated nursing school after 4 long, grueling years of college. I finally graduated and I finally got my real job. And when I look back on it now, I think I was only really happy for maybe 1 to 2 weeks, and then the happiness kind of fades, and then it's just this thing you did at that point. It's kind of silly how that works. 4 long years of school, and the celebration was maybe 1 to 2 weeks, if that. Maybe even a month. Let's give myself a month. I really don't think I was happy about it for a month, but doesn't it just not make sense that you worked so hard for 4 years and then you finally got the thing, and then you only truly felt the happiness and appreciation for it for 1 to 2 weeks? Like that's it. That was literally it. And honestly, I even look back on it and I think I take my degree and my career for granted sometimes, because I forget how hard it was to do the school to be a nurse. If you don't know, I'm a trauma nurse. I do emergency and trauma. I save lives, gunshots, stabbings, you name it, I've seen it. And honestly, I'm pretty exhausted seeing a lot of that stuff. And when I look back on it, it's almost hard to feel grateful for finishing school, unless I really take the time to think about it. And then this technique is one I use a lot. It's when people tell you to practice gratitude and being grateful for things, you'll probably say some dumb stuff like, oh, I'm grateful for my mom or my family or my car or my job. But then that's it. You hit it at a very superficial level, and that is actually not enough to really let it set in and really let it impact you. For me, what I found is the best thing to do is actually, first of all, think of what you're grateful for. Secondly, when you have that thing that you think you're grateful for, try and imagine your life without it. But this is where you need to spend a lot of time. Imagine how bad your life would suck if you didn't have the thing you're grateful for. So let's take the example for me. I finished college and I graduated school and I had a degree, and for the last 10 years I've had a job that has allowed me to sustain myself. I'm honestly pretty sick of nursing in general. Like, that's a different story, a different topic. We'll talk about careers and stuff later. But as far as being grateful for it, what did it give me? 4 years of college. I got a job. I was making decent money. I was able to support myself. I never had to ask my mom for financial help. I paid off my bills. I paid off my debts. I've been able to travel, live the kind of life I wanted to live. And while I'm listing all of these positives for you guys, of all the good things that came out of me graduating and getting like an actual adult job, I'm not really feeling that much joy just saying those things. Like, it's kind of weird how that works. Like, while all that stuff is great, I'm not truly feeling grateful, and I'm not truly feeling the joy yet. Now, let's do the opposite. Let me pretend that I didn't finish school. What would I be doing? Would I be working at like a McDonald's or a fast food restaurant, making minimum wage and struggling for money? Would I have had to ask my mom for money over the years and not been able to be a man and take care of myself? Would I have had to would I still be in debt? Would I still have a car payment on top of not making a lot of money, like working minimum wage and also like having a car payment? And like you can see right now how like I'm imagining my life without the things that I have right now, and it's starting to suck, guys. Like right now, for example, I'm blessed that I can work 2 shifts a week at the hospital, 2 12-hour shifts, and I have 5 days off. I love my me time. I get to enjoy myself. I get to work out. I go to the gym. I do things like this, like work on these little podcasts, work on trying to build my brand and deliver my message to the world. I would not be able to do this had I not really, gone to college and got a degree. And like it's cascading. Like, now I'm thinking like, God, if I was working minimum wage at like a McDonald's, I'd have to be working 5 shifts a week. I wouldn't have any free time to be building my life up into something more like I'm doing right now. Like, oh my God, that's like scary when I think about it. Like minimum wage, I'd probably have a car payment. I'd probably still have debt. I wouldn't have any time. I'd be a slave to the system. I wouldn't have 5 days off to relax and work out and take care of me. Like, my life would suck so bad. And holy crap, I am grateful I went to college. And that's literally where I'm going with that, guys. And that's the secret. And that's what you need to do when you're practicing gratitude and gratefulness. Now, let me chime in here real quick, and I probably should have mentioned this at the start of the video. If you are having a lot of trouble thinking about things in your life that you're grateful for, well, my friend, that's evidence that you really, really need to do this gratitude practice. Like, if you are struggling to just pick out 3 things that you're grateful for and to truly be able to sit there and really feel that gratitude for it, then you are a person who needs to start practicing gratitude right now, because the opposite of gratitude is spiraling depression, nihilism, drifting away into meaningless pain, drug abuse, alcohol, weed, escapism. Like, guys, you gotta put the brakes on now. So ask yourself, are you able to tell yourself 3 things you're grateful for right now? And if you're not, continue watching this video. Take the tips I'm going to share with you and practice it for yourself. Now, let's say you're one of these people. Like we already discussed, like when practicing gratitude, it's almost better to picture your life without the thing you're grateful for. And then when you feel that pain, like, whoa, wow, what if my mom was not alive? Like, holy crap, that would suck so bad. Like that's the first step, is think of what you're grateful for. But then to really feel it, try to imagine how your life would be without that thing. How would things be different? Like, oh my God, guys, like, whew. I'm thinking about life like without my car now, like without my mom, like without my career. Like, oh, it's not a life I'd enjoy living. Like, I'm being real with you guys. Like if I I'm grateful I've been going to the gym and working out like since I was 18. Like, can you imagine if I was just like fat and unhealthy and like my heart was beating hard. Like, oh God, I'm so grateful for my health. Like, I'm getting grateful talking about gratitude and having this podcast with you. But let's come back. So let's say you are the hard case person who is having the most trouble thinking of 3 things you're grateful for. Well, let's keep it simple, guys. If you're listening to this podcast right now, well, 1, you're probably breathing. So you for damn sure need to be grateful that you're breathing. Like, I'm not playing around, guys. Like, the ability to inflate your lungs and feel that oxygen, like, that is a freaking gift, guys. Because people come to the hospital and people get sick and people lose their ability to breathe. I mean, you could be drowning right now, and imagine how much you would miss breathing if you were actually drowning right now and it was your last few moments, and the last thought you were thinking is, holy shit, I just want to fucking breathe, but I can't. So guys, you're watching this podcast, you're probably breathing just fine. Be grateful for that. I know it sounds silly, I know it's such a basic thing, but you don't really appreciate things until you think of your life without them. Like, it's a simple thing. Everybody's breathing. I know you're breathing. Like, be grateful for the fact that you're breathing. You're not suffocating. You don't have lung disease. And if you do have lung disease watching this, like, I'm deeply sorry. Like, I'm not attacking you at all. This is just for the people out there having trouble being grateful about things. So be grateful that you're breathing. 2, be grateful that you're consuming this content. You're giving your mind the ability to give into neuroplasticity, which is the ability to rewire your mind. You are instilling the seeds of betterment, the seeds of growing into something better, these seeds of learning to live a more joyful life, a happier life, because of gratitude and being grateful for things. So be grateful that you're watching this video. Be grateful that you're discovering this content right now. Be grateful for the doors this might open up for you guys. And now I'm going to be real with you guys. Like, let's say be grateful for the air you're breathing, be grateful for this content you're watching, and just the next thing could be something very simple, guys. Be grateful you have fingers, arms, legs. You can get up and you can walk around. There's people who can't walk. You can pick shit up and put it down. There's people who can't do that. You can type things. You can use your fingers. You can touch things. You can go out and grab food. Guys, it's very simple stuff. Like, we have a lot to be grateful for. And it's not till we put on the parking brakes and think about our life without this. Like, what if I lost all my arms and my legs and I had lung disease? Like, oh my God, that would suck so bad. And now I'm just really grateful that I'm alive here making this podcast. I'm talking fine. I'm moving my arms. Like, it's good shit, guys. It's good shit. So, take 3 things, guys. They can be as basic, like the basicest things ever. Look around your room, whatever, guys. Imagine your life without it. And that is going to be hard at first. Like, if you are like deep on the side of negativity and depression and isolation and just that negative spiral, because I've been there. Fun fact, I've been there. I've been knee deep in the alcohol abuse. I've been piss drunk for weeks. I've been, in such a low place to where all my thoughts were negative, automatic negative thoughts. Just bad thing, victim mentality. My life sucks. I can't make my life better. I can't do this or that. Like, why do I even exist? Like, shit like that. I felt, dudes. And I'll be real with you. Like, when I started practicing gratitude, it was when I was in that very low vibrational state, and it was hard. Like, I'm not gonna shit you guys. It was hard. But you know what? I discovered a video like this one I'm making here, and I bought into the belief that I had to do it. And I realized because because it was so hard for me to think of things that I was grateful for, it was like a slap in the face that was something I most needed to do. And guys, if you are not used to practicing taking a step back to focus on things you're grateful for, then this is going to be a hard thing to implement. But it's easy. Just start off with 5 minutes a day, guys. Just set aside 5 minutes. Everybody has 5 minutes. You can do it in the morning when you wake up, before you go to sleep at night. It doesn't matter. Set aside 5 minutes and just freaking start. When I started doing the gratitude practice, like, now I do it every day after I'm done meditating, which is usually 4 or 5 times a week. When I had started, it would usually be like hungover in the morning on my drive to work because I was trying to rewire my brain. This was years ago, by the way, years ago, in the heat of like my drinking and stuff. But like it was hard because like I was so stuck in such a negative vibration that the thought of being grateful, it would seem so far-fetched for me. But I kept at it, guys, and I committed to it, and I kept practicing gratitude. And you know, weeks went by, the weeks turned into months, the months turned into years, and now I'm here on the other side, and I can truly see, like, it's really changed me. Like, in a lot of ways, it's changed my brain, it's changed the way I look at the world, and when I'm feeling blue and I'm feeling down, I'm able to actually turn down the volume on those negative thoughts, put on the brakes, breathe, and get back some clarity. Think, what am I grateful for today? And sometimes it takes 5 minutes, sometimes it takes 10 minutes, sometimes it takes me an hour to just lay around and do nothing but get my brain into that good headspace. But when I do, I find myself blissed out sometimes. Like, I find myself doing a 180 on my emotions, a 180 on my mental health. Like, if I have a day where I feel like absolute dog shit, I'll stop everything, I'll lay in bed, and I'm like, I ain't leaving this bed until I figure out what I'm grateful for. And then I'll sit there and I'll ruminate on it. And sometimes it only takes me like 5-10 minutes and then my mood just completely 180s. But sometimes it's harder. Sometimes it takes me like an hour. Sometimes when I'm on an airplane ride, I'll just use it as time to just focus. So I'll meditate, I'll turn off all the stimulation, I'll sit in my chair, and I'll just, boom, what am I grateful for? And sometimes, dudes, I get extremely blissed out. Like, once you start thinking of what you're grateful for, it has almost a cascade effect. And then you'll start thinking about more things you're grateful for. And then you start thinking about more things you're grateful for. You know, they call it the flow state, guys. You know, when your mind is in a state of where like you're just hyper focused on something. Let's say you're really excited about something coming up, or if you had like a crush on this person, you can't stop thinking about them. Or like if you're a sports player and like you do your warm up and after the first 5 minutes of the game, you're in the zone. That's exactly what happens with gratitude. You think about it, you marinate on it, and then before you know it, you're in the zone of gratitude. And then just, it's almost like an abundance. Like, things keep popping up. Like, it might start off as like, it's really hard, you can't think of things you're grateful for, you have like 1, 2, maybe 3 things, but then out of nowhere it turns into like 10, 20, 50 things, and then before you know it, you're walking around thinking like, what the fuck, my life is actually pretty awesome. And you might not have everything you want to have yet, you might not be who you want to be yet, you might not be where you want to be yet, but if you take a moment to step back and be grateful, you'll be very surprised at how proud and happy you are for where you're at right now. So my friends, I'm gonna leave you on that note. Practice gratitude. First 3 things that come to mind. Picture your life without those things, and breathe and sit with it and marinate with it. And if it's hard, that means you need to do it more. That's your sign. If it's hard for you to think of what you're grateful for, that is evidence that you need to be practicing this. And if you're on the other end, and if you're practicing this already and you're feeling that joy, well then good job, guys. Keep doing it. Keep being amazing. Keep being awesome. Anyways, my friends, if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like to push this video out for more viewers. Comment down below and let me know what you're grateful about. And also, subscribe to the YouTube channel because, well, you made it this far. What are you doing, bro? Hit that sub button. Join the family. Have an amazing, guys. Do not forget to smile, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.